Are you trying to reduce your weight? Some of you might have put some extra kilos and now you have no idea, or you are struggling how to get rid of those extra kilos from your body. Welcome to episode number 3 for my weight loss journey, and obviously just like episode number 2, we will be discussing what is the meal plan for today and how many calories you will be eating today. I forgot to mention about very important thing yesterday in episode number 2. I included a slide, but I needed to mention in detail. So today I'm going to discuss about the water intake that you should also be doing during the course of the day. So basically, we aim to drink at least 8 glasses of water, and what you need to do is basically you need to drink 2 glasses of water 20 minutes before the main meals like breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and 1 glass of water 20 minutes before snack 1 and snack number 2. Obviously, what I recommend is do not drink water after the meal or during the meal. The reason why, it actually dilutes your stomach acid, and then it can actually cause digestion issues. So approximately 20 minutes or 30 minutes before the meal, if you drink 2 glasses of water, it will basically fill up your stomach as well. And then when you start eating, you will not crave for more and you will feel bit full as well. So let's start the video today and see what we have got. Remember, the timings are very important. You should not be taking your dinner after 6 p.m. I have mentioned in detail in episode number 2. So if you are new to this video, if you have not watched episode number 1 and episode number 2, I strongly recommend you to please watch episode number 1 and episode number 2. So the meal plan for today, we are going to start with breakfast. It should be taken between 7 to 8 a.m. in the morning, and we will be having 2 eggs and cheese. And then from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, in between any time, you can have your snack number 1, which would be basically fox nuts. And then we are going to eat saute vegetables for our lunch between 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. And then for snack number 2, we are going to have watermelon. And then obviously for the dinner, we are going to eat fish halim. Yes, you heard it correctly, fish halim. We all in the subcontinent, chicken halim is very popular, but I have come up with my own recipe and I tried, and it is delicious. Instead of using chicken meat, I'll be using fish meat. So let's start with our breakfast. So fundamentally, what you need to do, as I said earlier, before the breakfast, just have 2 glasses of water, and then during that time you can prepare your breakfast. So you just need to take 2 eggs, and then you can have little bit of vegetables inside it. Maybe you can use standard ones like onions and tomatoes, and then you just need to have a fry pan, sprinkle little bit of oil. We are not using 1 tablespoon or like 1 teaspoon. We are just going to sprinkle little bit of oil, and then you just need to spread your egg. You might see the picture as well. And then we are going to have 10 grams of cheese, which we are going to put in the egg. You can see in the pictures as well. And then we can take after cooking, just flipping it around, and then you can have it. And obviously, if you look at the picture, I have also included some sort of vegetables. You can eat a little bit of vegetables with your breakfast, because obviously you want to make sure that your stomach is full as well. Otherwise you will feel slightly empty. Now in terms of calories, if you look at the slide, the number of calories that you're going to have in this breakfast would be 364. Obviously, if you want to use 1 egg, then obviously the number of calories will be reduced. It's totally up to you how many calories you want to take in, depending upon how much is your target weight. And now we come to the second part, which is basically second thing of the day, and that is your snack. We will be eating fox nut. It is quite healthy. It is very popular. It is a very popular snack in subcontinent. We will be basically using 10 grams of it. So 10 grams of raw fox nut. You can cook it. Either you can have any flat pan, and then you can just cook it for 1 or 2 minutes. Or if you have got a microwave, you just need to put in a flat plate, and then just heat it for about 1 minute approximately in microwave, depending upon the power of your microwave. Maybe 30 seconds or 1 minute or 1.5 minutes should be enough. And then now we move to the next part of the video, and obviously our lunch. So in lunch, I'm going to make today what we call saute vegetables. It is very difficult to eat raw vegetables. Obviously, vegetables are very good when it comes to weight loss because first of all, you can eat large number of quantities, but the calories will be low. So the main target, as I mentioned earlier, that we are aiming to reduce our number of calories. So if you see in these pictures, what I've taken is basically taken eggplant, and then I have taken some cauliflower, some carrots, some capsicum. The quantities I will be mentioned. So you can take like 100 grams of each of these, but you can see on the slides as well. And then I'll be using 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and obviously you like to add some spices because you don't want to eat it like you just want to make sure that it gives you some sort of flavor as well. So I'll be adding some spices depending upon your flavor. You can use chaat masala, for example, or you can use any different combination of spices. And then we are just going to put it in a pan, and then we're going to approximately, and at a low flame, we just need to cook it for, let's say, 5 to 10 minutes. Maybe you can put the lid on, or you can just stir it over there for 5 to 10 minutes, because eating raw vegetables sometimes is very difficult, and sometimes doctors do not recommend. For example, some of the vegetables might have some sort of bacteria, so that can give you some sort of bloating issues depending upon the vegetables that you are eating. Some vegetables are good to eat raw, but some vegetables need to be sauteed. So this is basically sauteed vegetables, and you can see the plate. And obviously, when you eat it, obviously it is going to give you quite fullness in your stomach. And if you see the number of calories, are around 330 calories in this meal. And now moving on, as I said earlier, again, I forgot to mention, before you take your lunch, you need to take 2 glasses of water 30 minutes or 20 minutes before you take your lunch. And then what we've got is the fourth food item for today, and that is basically snack number 2. In snack number 2, we can eat watermelon, but in subcontinent I've seen that we used to eat a lot of fruit. For example, if you are eating watermelon, some of us basically literally eat the whole watermelon. It is not a good idea because it can first of all cause diarrhea, and secondly, the number of calories will be a lot. So you need to measure using the kitchen weighing scale that I mentioned in episode number 1. So I'll be taking around 200 grams of watermelon. Basically, you just need to put a plate on the weighing scale, and then you just need to measure 200 grams approximately. In terms of calories, again, it has got lesser number of calories. It will be only having 60 calories. So basically, the time for snack number 2, as I mentioned in my video, is between 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. And now the last part of the video, the last main course of today is basically what we call fish halim. Again, you can use chicken or whatever. You can use mutton as well. It's totally up to you, whichever meat you want to use. If you are a vegan or a vegetarian, then obviously you can use any alternate to meat. You might be able to find different options in your grocery store nearby. So you can still follow the recipe, but instead of using chicken, mutton, or fish, you can use vegetarian or vegan options. If you see, what I've taken is, I have basically taken fish, which is basically, you can take frozen fish. It is approximately 120 grams, and then you can just grind it. You can just cook it a little bit, and then you can just grind it, and then you can add some sort of spices, ginger garlic paste, for example, or other spices of your like. Then I have added some some tomatoes and some onions, and then I use a hand blender, mix them together, and then I will be using beans, or I will be using what we call, so totally up to you. You can use different sorts of maybe lentils, for example, or chickpeas, or you can use the half chickpeas, for example. It's totally up to you, or chickpea powder. So there are different recipes that comes with halim. So I'll be using beans, and I'll be using a little bit of chickpea powder. I will be grinding my beans and the chickpea powder, and I will be adding everything inside this container, and then on the medium flame, and then I'll be adding 1 tablespoon of olive oil, mix them together, and then I'll be cutting some vegetables just to garnish it, some little bit of lemon and coriander, for example, or a little bit of chili as well. Remember the calories for this particular meal, because I cook meal for the family as well. So for this particular meal, when you're taking, you need to make sure that you take the right amount. So if you see the number of calories in this meal is approximately 715 calories for about 400 grams of halim. So when you are making your serving or plate, you need to put your plate and take approximately 400 grams of halim, and then it is going to give you 715 calories. And as I mentioned earlier, you need to drink 2 glasses of water before the dinner, and the dinner should be taken maximum 6 to 6:30 p.m. Not later than that. because otherwise it can cause digestion issues, and also you will not be losing your weight. You need to make sure that you are eating at the right time as well. Again, as I mentioned earlier, in episode number 2, we can have a green tea. So in this video today, I'll be slightly changing the recipe. I'll be adding moringa powder. It is very good for weight loss, and also it has got very good amount of nutrients as well. If you've got moringa, it is very popular, common in your Pakistan. You can add moringa as well. So in total, if you see for the whole day, we have taken approximately 1530 calories approximately. Now, how many calories do you need is basically depending upon your your current weight. So for example, when I was 92 kilograms and I was doing no exercise, the website I mentioned, it said that I need approximately 2300 calories. So if I eat 1500 calories, it means that I am a calorie deficit of about 800, which means that in one day I can actually burn about 100 grams of fat from my body. And if I consistently do it for, let's say, 7 days, it will basically reduce my 800 grams of fat. So depending upon your weight, depending upon your height, depending upon the type of exercise, you might need to eat a little bit more. Maybe your body needs 3000 calories, so you can add the quantities. Or if your weight is less, or you're not doing any exercise, or your height or weight is lower than mine, for example, then you might need only 2000 calories. And it means that if you are eating 1500 to 1600 calories, then you will be having a lesser calorie deficit. So you might want to reduce your diet. You might want to, instead of having 500 grams of halim, you might take, let's say, 250 grams or 300 grams. This is totally up to you, totally up to your target weight, that what you want to achieve. And also, if you need personalized support in your weight loss journey, you can always email us at info@AGS. Definitely, we are going to support you in your weight loss journey. Please keep watching my videos, please sharing it. We will be coming back tomorrow for episode number 4, in which again we are going to share this meal plan. If you have any questions or any comments, please write them in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I'm Hassan, signing off.